Please help me welcome Anshul Kumar, the Director, CoLo Business at Vertiv. Please welcome Anshul with a round of applause, please, everybody. Over to you, Anshul.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I will say a wonderful stage, great audience, but typical time. After lunch, it's really difficult to focus, but let's make it as insightful as possible. So my name is Anshul. I represent Vertiv, taking care of the CoLo business for Indian market. We will generally try to understand and discuss mainly the 2 points. One, the impact of AI, which many speakers before me have discussed in detail. Second, about how we can enable our IT infrastructure to mitigate that impact. So there's a lot of buzz around it. If we see, be it digital media, social media, print media, there's a lot of discussion which is happening on AI, right? That conversation, AI conversation is basically dominating over there in terms of the transformation which it is bringing to these businesses. Let's just try to understand more about it. When we move, this is one of the analysis which come across when we talk about the critical mass adoption. It is a time in which the technology or innovation became self-sustainable after it's been adopted by sufficient number of people from our society. So if we see here, it's quite interesting. Electricity took almost 37 years. Smartphone took 21 years. Internet took 17 years. When we talk about the AI or ChatGPT, it took just 10 months to reach the stage of critical mass adoption. So that's the pace by which the AI is getting into us or impacting our businesses for that matter. Let's move forward. Let's try to understand from various agencies what they have to mention. One of them being Bloomberg. What they have to say, the contribution of Gen AI into the IT business, which is close to around 1 to 2%, is increasing or will increase to 12% and is going to be 1.3 trillion by 2032. Let's try to understand one step further from the business cases which has been discussed by various of the eminent speakers, right? Across market segment, whether we talk about technology, be it TCS, Infosys, or the great companies across utilizing the AI to improve the productivity of the coding. We talk about biopharma using the AI to reduce the research time and roll out the new products. So many such scenarios which we have already discussed. So the intent here is that business has already seen the impact of AI which is happening. Let's try to understand from the real users, that's the IT managers. If you see here, that's a complex slide, but let me make it easy for you. 80% of the IT managers claims or mentions that the rack load is increasing, which used to be 5 to 10 kilowatt. They have started seeing the increase in terms of the rack density towards 40, 50, 100 kilowatt. And that's something where we can see the advent of AI coming across. See, with this unprecedented momentum which is happening, right? One thing is for sure that AI is not just a trend. It's a paradigm shift which is happening, right? It's basically impacting the way we live, we work, or we interact with the technology. And we cannot keep on doing it the way we are doing presently. So we have to get ready for the new normal, right? So since this is not an option, it's a reality. So accelerated compute, which comes with the AI, needs accelerated infrastructure. We cannot wait and watch and see 8 months or 10 months down the line when the AI stuff is coming, we will start getting prepared for it. We won't be. We have to start preparing our IT infrastructure right away. So that's where you need to really collaborate with partners who has basically a good insights into it, who can basically help you to make a future-ready data centers or future-ready IT infrastructure. Let's try to hear from one of the most influential OEM chip maker, Mr. Jensen Huang, co-founder of NVIDIA. Can I have the video, please?
The world is transitioning from general purpose to accelerated and AI computing. Compute density and therefore power density are increasing incredibly. Every aspect, from computing, networking, and software, are all groundbreaking computer science. The data center infrastructure is also incredibly complex. The most advanced cooling and power technologies are essential. Vertiv is the world leader. We've enjoyed a great partnership with Vertiv for many years, and our collaboration is growing in leaps and bounds as every industry and region invest in building AI factories at enormous scales. Our partnership with Vertiv is more important than ever. I want to congratulate Giordano and Vertiv on an extraordinary year. This is just the beginning of great things to come as we partner to put AI in the reach of every company and industry.
Thanks, Jensen, for the kind words. So basically, Giordano is our global CEO, and just onto the sidelines, rather, Vertiv shares is the multi-baggers. Basically, in a 1 year period of time, it has grown 10 times, and riding on obviously the AI journey. So moving forward, I will just give you a snippet from one of the slides where the GB200, the latest servers, the GPUs which has been launched in March 2024, if you could see, it's basically being supported by Vertiv XDU. XDU is nothing but the coolant distribution unit, which basically enables the liquid cooling perspective. At the back end is obviously the UPS systems, because by virtue of the accelerated compute which GPUs has. So the intent over here, we are a strong technology partner to the various OEM chip makers, be it NVIDIA, Intel, or Supermicro for that matter. Right? So basically, we wish to work along with you and basically take you through this IT journey, making your infrastructure robust as well as scalable to host the AI servers. Now let us try to understand a little bit from the AI, how the AI infrastructure looks like, right? So the rack sits in the middle, which hosts your GPU. This rack is not your standard rack. This rack is quite heavy, wider in nature. We are talking about 70 kilowatt or 100 kilowatt servers sitting inside it. Think about it, the power which is going inside. Think about the size of the cables. Think about the PDUs. Think about the bus bars. So there are a lot of stuff which basically makes it really complex. Now this GPU servers with the thermal design power TDP of 100 kilowatt cannot afford any of the downtime, right? 1 millisecond of downtime can make can fry the chips for that matter. So it needs to be supported by liquid cooling, which needs to run 24/7 seamlessly, having the required redundancy. So all this infrastructure needs to be supported by the trained manpower. So that is where we wish to basically work closely with you and your team. So we have a master class available which you can register at our booth, and we can work with your team, understand your requirements, understand your AI roadmap, and take it forward. So let me basically showcase 3 of the use cases, which is pre-engineered, OEM certified designs, which you can utilize while you start your AI journey. So of this, I will just talk about 70 kilowatt, 100 kilowatt, and 1200 kilowatt. So 70 and 100 kilowatt is something your existing existing infrastructure IT, which you can planning to host your AI servers. 1200 is something a new deployment, which you may have with 12 racks. Let's move fast. Basically, reason being is these are the pre-engineered solutions, pre-approved, so you need not to worry in terms of the compliances, in terms of any the credibility perspective. The first one, wherein you have the existing infrastructure already available, you don't have any chill water, you don't have basically a sufficient, I will say, scope or buffer from the cooling perspective. So if you see here, this is your rack, which hosts your AI servers. Next to the rack, this is your CDU, which is the liquid cooling stuff. It basically takes the heat out of your AI and throws it into the data center. Now this peripheral cooling takes this heat from the data center to the atmosphere. So if you see here, your existing architecture needs not to be disturbed. There is no, with your buffer which is available in terms of the peripheral cooling is being utilized. So this is liquid to air option for 70 kilowatt. Let's move to next, 100 kilowatt. In this is liquid to liquid, wherein you don't have the space for the CDUs as well. So we have a rack mount CDU of the capacity of 100 kilowatt, which you can put it inside the rack, deploying your AI servers with the manifolds, taking care of the heat, and rejecting to the liquid on the primary side. Let's move forward to the next one, which is the fresh deployment of 1200 kilowatt, 12 racks, 100 kilowatt per rack. This is basically a mix of RDHX, that's a rear door heat exchanger unit, along with the CDUs. So intent to show across is basically, these are basically the ready to deploy solutions, which other than this, there are multiple solutions which is already available, which can suit to your need, can be customized, and make your AI journey faster. So we can work along with, we can meet at a booth and understand more. A little bit of Vertiv. So we are close to around $7 billion organization based in US. We are one of the global leader as far as the power and cooling is concerned. Presence in 130 countries. In India, we have direct presence in 40 countries, hence basically making your edge locations, customers consider Vertiv as their strong partner by virtue of our presence in this tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well. If you see, the 65% of our revenue comes from critical infrastructure and 75% from the data center. So in a nutshell, we are the ones who are basically ensures the uptime of your critical infrastructure. Thank you. Thank you very much.